What's up, traders? Today we are going to talk about two trades that I took on Friday, the 27th of January. To start off, it is on GU, and we are currently looking at an analysis that I dropped in the Discord, which is completely free. So if you're interested in daily analysis before the session start, feel free to join the Discord. The link will be in the description. So I was targeting the high of the 24th of January as my ultimate target. Of course, price doesn't have to go there. That's usually the best case. Okay, so let's actually move to that daily chart. And as we can see on the 26th, we were kind of rangy. We stuck in between that candle, took out its high, and went up a little bit further, but not that much. So what I was targeting was the liquidity that was resting right here. Was my initial target. Cool. Then I moved down to the 15 minutes. Currently, we are still in London session because I wanted to show you guys a certain move that it made before I thought it was going to continue bullish. So if we're looking right here, we actually created a nice little order block right here. Let me mark it out real quick. So right here, for example, is the start of the order block, and it seems like we are respecting this. And since price is traveling around in that order block, I thought it was, and it was quite rangy, I thought it was going to continue ranging, but first take out this low before then shooting off with the New York volume that was coming in. So I was eyeballing this sell side liquidity right here on the 15 minute. And as for my target, I was targeting the top right there, but there was also internal buy side liquidity, which we could target right here. So that was also a target for me. Now if we move down to the 1 minute and wait for that level to be taken out, as we can see, other than that, we also have some lows here that we would take out. And that's what I was kind of waiting for. So price moved down, we took out that level, then started moving back up. And at this point, I was waiting for some kind of structure to form, but also waiting, of course, for the New York session to hit. You can argue that we took out the market structure that we have right here, but as you can see, New York just hit. So what we see sometimes is that volume goes pretty wild and crazy, and we take out a low beforehand. So I would like to see a small bit of liquidity being swept while respecting this level before I would actually consider taking a long. So that's kind of what I was waiting for. As you can see, we created a bunch of equal lows right there. I was really waiting for that to be swept, which we didn't yet. Now we did. So now I was actually waiting. We took out proper liquidity here, and now New York session also took some liquidity from there. So now I was thinking it can shoot up probably. Now I was waiting for that market structure shift before I could enter. Right here we have that market structure shift. You can see. And at that point, I set my entry right here. Covered the lows. I think I even covered this low because my target was relatively big. I was targeting the internal buy side liquidity. Let's see what happens. We get tagged in the trade. We have a little bit of ranging going on, and then we actually take out these lows once again. And now I wasn't really worried about that because if we zoom out, right, we see that we have some liquidity resting here still, which I should have been more mindful of. I should have noticed how close we were to that before actually taking that trade. And we take that out beforehand before we actually have our move up. And as soon as I noticed that, I thought, okay, I made a mistake. So I took a loss right here. I didn't take any partials. I'm 100% transparent about it. I took this trade and I lost. So I took a loss of -1% over here. All right, and as soon as I saw this liquidity being taken out, I was like, okay, this is the London low, but there was also the matter of news coming out. So I was going to be pretty careful with it. So what I did is I waited for price to shoot up. And as soon as I noticed that, I wasn't really waiting for a major structure shift, right? So a major market structure shift. This was actually enough for me. So as soon as I saw that, let's wait to form a fair value gap, which we have. We I actually market entered on the next candle right here. It was somewhere over here, I think. Yes, market entered on that. I covered the low and the target was the same. I targeted the buy side liquidity on top. And what I also did and took note of was the buy side liquidity that we have here on our 1 minute chart. So the internal buy side liquidity. So I was thinking about taking partials, and I actually took partials right here. This logical level. And why? Well, I was aiming for that to be taken out before news happened, right? News is at 8:30, so I was thinking I take 50% off right here, and then I let the rest run. And then as soon as we reach this point, I would also take 50% of the 50% I had remaining. So that would be 25%. So let's mark that out. This would be 50% off. Right here would be 25% off. Boom. So let's actually see what happens. We get tagged into that trade. We market enter, of course. And at this point on my broker, it actually took out this high before it started shooting down. There was 2 minutes before news. Actually took off 50% of my position, and I moved my stop to break even. And I tried to cover commissions, which was about right here. That's where my stop was. And as you can see, price then took off extremely fast, and then my partial take profit also got hit. And I thought to myself, I can let the rest of this position run. And if I get lucky and news is very volatile, we can actually take out that internal buy side liquidity from the 15 minute. And if you go really crazy, you can actually let it ride up to that high of the 24th that I marked out. But what happened? Well, we moved down, and eventually I got stopped out of my trade at break even. So I took 50% off and 25% off. Let's say you would have closed at that level that I marked out, which is basically internal buy side liquidity from the 1 minute. You were looking at a 5R trade, a 5.5R trade. So that's pretty nice. And that was basically it for the trading day today. So my bias was bullish, and I think that really came true in our New York session. We took out the London high that we made. So my bias was indeed correct. I also posted this in the Discord. So again, if you're interested in that, feel free to join. We're currently at about 140 members. It's an extreme growth since it's only a week old. Some very clever people in there. You can ask any questions. I will personally answer them. I might do my analysis there in the morning. So if that's something you're interested in, feel free to join. Other than that, if you enjoyed this trade recap and found some value in it, feel free to leave a like, perhaps a comment if you have any questions or remarks. And a subscribe would be greatly appreciated if you want to see more content like this in the future. That was it for this video. Thank you guys. Bye-bye.